Everyone keeps saying that you can't get a cybersecurity job with no experience. And I'm going to be honest, that's kind of true, but also not really. You don't need job experience, but you do need skills, and you absolutely need to be able to show proof of those skills. Now, when people hear no experience, they think that they could just watch a couple of videos, take some notes, take a practice test, and then go start applying. Now, an employer isn't going to care about this. They're going to think about whether you can actually think through problems, whether you can reason about systems, whether you can analyze logs, identify suspicious activity, and respond to issues appropriately. They don't care if you learned it from your lab or from a job or from your bedroom, but you do need to be able to show that you actually learned it. So in this video, I'm going to discuss what I would do if I was going to get a cybersecurity job with no experience in 2026. We'll talk about certs, labs, and resources. I will have all of those pinned in the description. I actually realized this kind of late in my IT career. When I was at Tier 1, I was dealing with phishing issues, MFA issues, account lockouts. All of those things are cybersecurity. I just didn't realize it at the time. So even if you aren't in a cybersecurity job, you might be building a foundation without realizing it. And one of the biggest lies that you'll hear is that you need 10 years of X experience in order to break into cybersecurity. This is just not true, but you do need to prove that you belong there. So starting from zero, no connections, here's exactly what I would do. First, I would give myself structure. You cannot just randomly learn cybersecurity. There's just too much information. There are too many tools, too many amazing platforms, certs, and things that you could do. So I would start with the fundamentals. And in my opinion, the best thing to give you the fundamentals of cybersecurity is the Google Cybersecurity Professional Certificate. Now, this is one of the best entry points. It's not a cert that you're going to be able to say, hey, I have this, now give me a job, but it is a cert that's going to give you this entryway into cybersecurity. You'll have hands-on experience, labs, real projects. You're going to practice real life things that you do on a cybersecurity job. And it's going to be a good litmus test to tell you, hey, do I actually even like cybersecurity? And then it also really sets you up well for what's to come next. So after this one, I would do CompTIA's Network Plus to understand network infrastructure and how computers actually connect. Absolutely fundamental. And Security Plus. Now, I need to be 100% clear about this. If you skip the networking part, you are not going to be a very good cybersecurity professional. Networking is the basis of everything, and from there you can branch out. You can't secure what you don't understand. If you don't understand how traffic flows, how DHCP works, how DNS works, how ACLs and firewalls work, you're not going to have a very good time. So again, you want to deeply understand this. Now, I have my best resources for Network Plus and Security Plus in the description. Those are going to be the Jason Dion practice tests. They're absolutely clutch, and you're going to use AI a lot of the way as well to help learn these resources. Now, a little bit of a hot take here. I think you can skip the CompTIA A+. If you have zero experience, it's not a terrible cert. It's just 2 tests. It's $5,000, and it takes a lot of time to study for. And I think you'd be better off doing the cybersecurity cert, going on to Network Plus and Security Plus. Now, there also is a Google IT Support Professional certificate that I also think is very good just as an entryway into tech in general. Like, hey, what is all this stuff? Again, link for that in the description as well. But the point is, you want to structure your learning in the proper way. And then on top of that learning, something that many people do is they stack certifications, but they don't actually do anything with the knowledge they get from those certifications. This is something that you want to avoid. You need hands-on experience. You need to sit down with problems, analyze data, and understand why one thing is right, why one thing is wrong, and what are the trade-offs of these 2 different options. And Google Cybersecurity Certificate gives you this perfectly. So now you've got these entry-level certs. You have 2 options. You can apply to an entry-level IT job, something like help desk, IT support, Tier 1. This is going to get your foot in the door and get you experience with technology. It's something that most people will recommend that you do, and I also recommend that you do because, again, if you're not a domain generalist, it's tough for you to secure something that you don't deeply understand. 3 to 6 months at this job is going to be well enough. Then after this, you want to look for those entry-level cybersecurity roles, things like SOC Analyst, Security Analyst. I would even look at things like Network Security Administrator. And you could talk with GPT. There's a bunch of different security titles that you could target. Once you have the certs, you have a little bit of experience, and you have the titles that you can target, you're going to go apply. And when you apply, you have to apply on company websites. If you put applications on LinkedIn, Indeed, Easy Apply, anything that's only one click, it's a waste of your time. I wouldn't even count it as an application. I would apply only on company websites, and I would track everything very carefully so I can remember who replied to me, who didn't reply to me, and what's still in the pipeline. Now, option 2 is you can skip help desk entry level and go straight to like a SOC analyst. This is possible. I've seen many people do it. I don't think this is optimal because, again, it's tough to secure things that you don't understand. And if you don't have that basic Tier 1 experience, it's going to make being a SOC analyst harder as well. So I generally would advise against it. Again, it's not impossible, but I would advise against it. Now, on the note of applications as well, you're going to want to have a good resume tailored to the position that you're actually applying for. In order to buff out your resume, you got to use AI, you got to iterate a lot, and you got to have a good structure. How can I actually structure my resume? This is something hard. Everybody has different opinions. I have a resume workshop on jakestechlabs.com that could help you out with this. It's 100% free, and I think it'll help get your resume in a working position. I've seen many people get jobs using this resume. Because if you zoom out, the core skills that you want to have are pretty straightforward. You want to understand Microsoft environments. You want to have log analysis. You want to be able to show that you've done labs that actually show that you understand real world IT infrastructure. You got to have a basic understanding of incident response, and then you have to have networking. Now, the part that bothers a lot of people is that getting the job itself is more about playing the game right than it is about being the most competent person. You can be super skilled and still not get hired if you don't know how to present yourself, if you don't know how to apply strategically, if your resume is not optimized. And on the flip side, somebody with way less skill but better positioning can land the position. And that's just reality. So you need to play the game. You need a solid strategy for how you're going to do these things. It's got to reflect what you've actually done, your real world things, your projects, the certs that you've grinded for and paid for and actually passed. And then one other important thing that I'm forgetting is that when you get to interviews, you need to be able to talk. Well, how can you actually practice talking in an interview without getting interviews? I would recommend that you do what I'm doing right now. Set up a camera and talk to it. It's going to be extremely uncomfortable. You don't have to actually post it anywhere. It doesn't have to hit YouTube or Instagram at any point in the future, but it's going to get you comfortable talking about technical things. And this is really, really, really important. I've interviewed many times in my life for many technical positions, and I've been denied for one technical position. Every other time I've gotten the job or been asked to move forward, and then I decided not to move forward. And I think this is because I talk about technical stuff every single day on this YouTube channel. Obviously, you don't have to go to this extent, but you do need to practice talking. Now, as far as timeline goes, how long is it going to take you to get into cybersecurity? If we're being consistent and realistic, I would think that 0 to 1 year, you should be able to land the cybersecurity job. Now, that is optimistic because you have to get the certs and you have to start at tier 1 help desk. Or rather, you don't have to, but it's a good idea. If you go that IT route, it may take a little bit longer on paper, but honestly, I think it's a more optimal route. If you did 6 months to a year at IT help desk and then move to security, you're going to be in a way better position. And you'll have a little bit more time to get even more certs. CISA, CASP, OSCP, Pen Test, Linux Plus. At the end of the day, this is not easy, but it is simple. You just need to follow the rules and play the game right, and you can beat other people who are maybe way smarter or way more competent than you. Understand, this isn't just a thing of intelligence. At the end of the day, in 2026, 2027, when we apply for jobs, it's more about playing the game right than it is about being the smartest person. Is this good? You could argue yes, you could argue no. But it's how the world is. Now, again, I want you to understand there's no perfect way of doing this. The only wrong move is not starting. So I advise that if you're watching this video and you think you might want to get into cybersecurity, try out that Google Cybersecurity Certificate that's in the description. That is an affiliate link. It pays me a little bit of money at no extra cost to you, but there's also a free trial on it. So you can try it for 1 week. And if you decide, hey, I hate this, don't do it. Guys, I appreciate you watching. I wish you the absolute best tracking down those cybersecurity jobs. Be safe, be smart, make some good decisions, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.